All right, there is a lot of hardware involved here. This is my gaming rig setup, so I apologize. I really don't have a good stand to hold my cell phone, my gaming keyboard, my 3 monitors, mic, headset. Usually DSLR sits up there. It's right there. Sorry, my son just came down and asked me a question. My key light for the camera. This is the pile I'm going to show you today. So, DCC EX. I did play around with it years ago before COVID. So I can get this set back up. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. That's got to work. I did set it up, right here. On the bottom, you have an Arduino Mega 256. We have the shield here and the Wi-Fi board on top. Okay, this works, right? This was my HO. Was playing around and got it working, and I had some little stuff, right? So originally I did DCC++, then went to DCC++ EX, and no jumpers were needed on this from what I remember. It's been over 4 years before COVID. See this right here sticking out? That is because no jumpers were required. You just bend these 2 pins out. It's really nice. I do want to tell you, a lot of videos, right? I'll tell you, it pulls apart. We'll tell you on the motor shield, there's a trace under here, right? You need to cut that trace. Well, I couldn't cut the trace. I scraped it, it kept opening out, and I got mad, and I said, you know what, hold on. I just bent the pin out. So nobody says you have to go cutting traces. Just bend a pin. No voltage will come out of this pin and short out your Arduino. Okay? I'm going to set this aside while it's like this. Alright, video 2, because my son texted me. I had to reply to him, and of course it messed everything up. So, I just showed you this, right? I showed you my setup here. We're going to go through a couple things real quick. In this video, we're going to go over all the hardware I have, because I've acquired stuff, right? I want to show you some things, right? Because there's some pretty cool stuff, and it's relatively inexpensive. So, the first thing I want to show you is I have a couple Megas, right? Got that one. I got that one. That's it. 2 of them. Breadboard, jumpers, LEDs. Now, I have 2 Megas, and I'm not using them. It's in addition to the third one I have. I have Arduino Uno. This up here is a full-blown MP3 player. I don't know if you can see that. It actually takes in this side a micro SD card in there. That's how small it is. So think of a micro SD card fit in here, right? You can see my fingers on it. I have small hands, so it's a full first up to the first, right? A couple push buttons here, but there we go. I got my Uno. Now I have a second Uno because that's just I got always overdue. But look at the size difference, right? So the big thing is, let me spin this one around. The big thing is, the Uno is cool to play around with, to have more room to figure things out. You want the Mega. The Mega has more RAM, more processing, and everything has more data pins, outputs. You get so much more out of this. So definitely go for the Mega. Don't go for the Uno. But I do want to show you something, because I don't know how I'm going to integrate this in. I've been playing around with this, right? So let's slide this in here. Now you see this little chip, right? It looks like that chip right there. This is a full-blown Arduino as well. 15 digital pins. And what this is, okay, this was me playing around with connecting an RC car. It was reading an RC car controller. Turn left, turn right, throttle up, throttle down, and brake lights. I had headlights, all kinds of stuff. But and it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So look how small this guy is. It's USB-C. there's got to be a way I'm going to incorporate this. Now, right off the bat, I can tell you right now, I can program it to control house lights. Maybe I can program it for motion sensors to turn the drop gates, right, when a train's coming by to the road. So look how small this is. Look at it, right? Teeny. You could stick this inside of a building, and you could light up pretty much like all the buildings in the area. So just wanted you to know that there are different size Arduinos, as you can see. Now, all right, this is something I just bought, and you can hook up power to LED lights, right? Just power them up. You get 5 or 12 volt LEDs, hook them up. I bought these, right? These are PCA 9685s. Now, you can daisy chain them from here to another, to another, to another, to another. You solder up here to change the address, and they're addressable. I think I got 3 more. I got 4. I think with the 4, you could do like, I don't know, like 1,000 individual LED or servo control, because they're 3-pin. For LED, you only use the outer 2. You don't use the center. But for a servo, you can use the center. Now, okay, what do you want a servo for? Controlling switches. Yeah, you got a train coming up. You want to switch to the right track. Push a button. Doop. Push a button. This will go ahead, activate servo. Servo will go, throw the track. So we're going to find that out too, because I'm going to play around with a little bit of everything. I'm going to do JMRI to control them, but I also want to have push button as well. All right, we'll put that away later. All right, so that's another little thing we'll figure out. So we have the controlling. Oh, I have another shield. That's what's laying over here. This is in addition to this one. Now, this is the guy in the middle. I didn't use it. I don't know why. It is a little different. I think I was having issues, but we will figure out why I use it. So, motor shield. So, this will go on top of here. And the Wi-Fi board, I will need to pick up another one to make another full set, because I don't want to play around with the HO set. Now, alright, so we have all this. Some people ask, how do you connect multiple wires? These you can pick up on Amazon. They're dirt cheap. Pretty much goes straight through, right? You hook up a wire on this side and multiple wires off this side. So you could do 3 volt, 5 volt, 12 volt. On the other side, multiple wires off of it, screw it underneath your board. You can create jumpers. So if you want these 3 to be 5 volts, you put a jumper here, 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 and you got multiples off. Yeah, figure out whatever you need. It's a nice little connection block. All right. Now, this is something else I played with in some of my videos you've seen. I have 2 because they came in pack of 2. These are 5 volt relays. And I have a 16. 12 volt. So you gotta watch that, because this one requires 12 volts, right? Now, you got pins over here to connect. This is how you control each of the relays. But there's a normally closed and a normally open spot. And if your Arduino sends a signal in here to trigger this relay, you can send different voltage. These things can handle 120 volts AC. You put them in here into the, say, normally open, and then you would do the other wire out to, say, a light bulb. And when you trigger it, it will short it, and then it will throw a light bulb. So we have these as well. Now, something I don't have here to show you is I also took a PC power supply. PC power supply has 3 volts, 5 volts, and 12 volts, okay? So, as I said, these are 5 volts. This is 12 volt. 3 volts, that's 3 or 3.3, I forget. We take a computer power supply. there's a 24-pin plug. You cut all the wires off. There's a green wire and a black ground wire. You short the two, turns the power supply on. You have a nice power supply. You can, a 500 watt, 600, 800, 1200, 1300 watt power supply. Great for powering up. Like a lot of people, want to use a laptop, which actually, for this, in the beginning, I will be using this. Cut the plug off, which later on I realized I didn't have to. Actually, I don't have the, oh, that's 128 gig thumb drive. But if you can find a power supply that takes the round. Now see, we're going to use USB to power this, but what happens is on the Shield, you can plug these cables, plug a male into two of these, come out, screw them into there, and then you can plug a power supply into this. And you don't have to cut it off. But this is DIY. Don't be afraid. Cut your plug off. You cut it off, you separate the two wires, use an a voltmeter, figure out what's positive, what's negative, and here we go. This is a Lenovo laptop power supply, and this will do enough for what we need temporarily. But as I said, I'm also going to use that computer power supply. All right, well, that's it for now. We will get to the next part soon, I hope.